Have you ever had one of those nights where you stay up just a little too late, and the next day feels like you're dragging a ton of bricks behind you? Your mind's foggy, your body feels heavy, and even the simplest tasks feel like a chore. Now, think about that same feeling, but you're in your 70s. Or maybe you're already there. That kind of exhaustion doesn't just go away with a nap. It lingers. It affects your memory, your mood, even your health. Here's the thing no one really talks about. As we age, our sleep needs change, but our habits don't always keep up. Maybe you're used to staying up past midnight, watching TV, scrolling through your phone, just trying to wind down. But did you know that the time you go to bed, especially after 70, could be quietly hurting your health in ways you never imagined? I want you to pause for a second and really think about this. What if simply going to bed an hour or two earlier could help you think clearer in the morning, reduce your risk of serious health problems, and even help you stay more independent in your day-to-day life? Sounds small, right? But it's powerful. Sleep isn't just rest. It's like a silent reset button for your body and brain. And when you're in your 70s and beyond, that reset becomes even more important. It affects how sharp your memory is, how balanced your blood pressure stays, and even how likely you are to have falls or feel steady on your feet. But here's the thing. Most older adults don't realize that the timing of their sleep is just as important as how long they sleep. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. In this video, we're going to talk about the best time to go to bed after age 70, based on real medical advice from doctors who specialize in senior care. You'll learn why certain hours are better than others, how your body's natural rhythms change with age, and some gentle tips to help you fall asleep faster and wake up feeling refreshed. If you're over 70, or if you care about someone who is, stick around. What you learn here could be a game changer for your health, your energy, and your peace of mind. Now, before we get started, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment about sleep if you or someone you love is over 70 and wants better sleep. And hey, while you're here, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little bell icon so you never miss another health tip from Healthy Senior Advice. Alright, ready to take your sleep and your health seriously? Let's get into it. 1. The body's natural clock changes with age. Let's talk about something that confuses a lot of people as they get older. You wake up at 4 a.m. sharp, wide awake. No alarm, no noise, just awake. And your first thought? Why can't I sleep like I used to? Now, meet Harold. He's 75. Retired, active, sharp as a tack. But for months, he kept waking up before dawn and lying there, frustrated. He thought something was wrong. Maybe insomnia. Maybe stress. He even tried warm milk, meditation, even sleeping pills, but nothing helped. What Harold didn't know, and what most people over 70 don't realize, is that the body's internal clock, what doctors call your circadian rhythm, naturally shifts as you age. Your body starts to feel tired earlier in the evening, and wakes up earlier in the morning. It's not a disorder. It's not anxiety. It's biology. Scientists have studied this for decades, and here's what they found. After the age of 60 or 70, your brain starts releasing melatonin, the sleep hormone, earlier in the evening. That means your body is telling you it's bedtime, even if the evening news hasn't finished yet. So when Harold was lying in bed wide awake at 4 a.m., it wasn't insomnia. It was just his body running on a new, older rhythm. The problem? He was still going to bed at 11 p.m., like he always had. So instead of a full, restful night, he was only getting 5 hours of sleep. This is a big misconception. Many seniors think they have a sleep problem, when really, they're just fighting their natural rhythm, trying to stay up like they did in their 40s or 50s. But that doesn't work anymore, and the body pays the price. So what's the simple fix? Listen to your body. When you start to feel that natural sleepiness around 8 or 9 p.m., don't push through it. Don't turn on another episode or scroll through your phone. That's your body asking for rest. Honor it. For most people over 70, the ideal bedtime falls somewhere between 8 o'clock and 9:30 p.m. That allows for a solid 7 to 8 hours of sleep before the natural early wake-up sets in. And it aligns with your new biology, rather than fighting against it. And this shift in rhythm, it doesn't just change when you sleep. It also changes how deeply you sleep. Which brings us to something even more important: how aging affects the quality of your deep sleep, and why that matters more than most people realize. 2. Deep sleep declines, and that affects your health. Now, let's talk about something that isn't just frustrating, it's dangerous if ignored. You might think, I went to bed last night. I was in bed for 8 hours. So why do I still feel tired all day? The answer often isn't how long you slept, but how well you slept. Let me introduce you to Margaret. She's 78, a loving grandmother, sharp-witted, and still volunteers at her local library. But over the last year, she noticed something odd. She was taking more naps during the day. One after breakfast, another around mid-afternoon. She chalked it up to aging. But eventually, it started getting in the way of her life. She was missing calls, forgetting small things, even tripping more often. So she went to her doctor, and what she learned was eye-opening. It wasn't just age, it was poor sleep quality at night, specifically the lack of deep sleep. And it all traced back to one simple habit: going to bed too late. You see, as we get older, our bodies naturally spend less time in the deepest stage of sleep, the part where real healing happens. Deep sleep is when your brain organizes memories, when your body repairs cells, when your immune system gets a boost. It's not just about rest. It's maintenance. It's protection. It's survival. But here's the kicker. When you go to bed too late, especially after your natural rhythm has already wound down, your chances of getting deep sleep drop even further. You fall asleep lighter. You wake up more often. And your body misses out on the true benefits of rest. Margaret's naps during the day? They were her body's way of trying to make up for that lost deep sleep. But daytime sleep isn't the same. It's not as deep. It doesn't restore the mind or the immune system in the same way. And worse, those naps were throwing off her sleep even more. She was caught in a loop. A late bedtime, poor sleep, more naps, and then more restlessness at night. A lot of people think a nap is harmless. And in moderation, sure, it can help. But when naps start replacing deep, uninterrupted nighttime sleep, that's a red flag. It means your body isn't getting what it needs during the hours that matter most. So what can you do? Start by setting a consistent bedtime, ideally between 8 and 9:30 p.m., and protect it. Think of it like an appointment for your health. In the hour before bed, avoid stimulating activities. No intense TV dramas. No scrolling through the news. No caffeine, and try to keep the lights soft. Let your body ease into sleep, not crash into it. Because here's the truth: good sleep in your 70s isn't just about comfort. It's about memory. It's about balance. It's about reducing your risk of illness and falls. It's about giving your body a fighting chance to stay strong, alert, and independent. And speaking of giving your body the best chance, there's another piece to this puzzle that's often overlooked, and it's sitting quietly in your medicine cabinet. Let's talk about medications, and the surprising ways they might be affecting your sleep, without you even realizing it. 3. Medications can disrupt natural sleep timing. Let me ask you this. Have you ever started a new medication and noticed something felt off? Maybe you were more tired during the day. Or maybe you just couldn't fall asleep at night, no matter how tired you felt. It's frustrating, right? You start blaming your age, thinking, maybe this is just how it is now. But what if I told you, in many cases, it's not your age, it's your prescriptions? Let me tell you about James. He's 74, a retired engineer who's always been sharp with his routines. Up early, breakfast by 8, walks every afternoon. Then one day, his doctor put him on a new heart medication. It helped his blood pressure, sure. But within a week, James couldn't fall asleep until 1 in the morning. He'd just lie there, wide awake, staring at the ceiling. It felt like his brain refused to shut down. And the worst part? He had no idea the pill was the reason. Here's what most people don't realize. Some medications, even common ones, can throw off your body's sleep rhythm in subtle but powerful ways. Certain prescriptions, especially those for heart conditions, high blood pressure, or depression, can delay your body's melatonin release, the natural hormone that tells you it's time to sleep. Others might make you feel drowsy too early in the day, leading to long naps that disrupt your night. And some, like diuretics, cause frequent trips to the bathroom, right when your body should be in its deepest, most restorative sleep. This leads to a big misunderstanding. People say, "I'm just not sleeping like I used to." But in reality, it's not aging that's to blame. It's the medication silently rewiring your sleep schedule. And if you're taking more than one kind, the effects can stack up fast. This doesn't mean your meds are bad. Many are absolutely essential. But it does mean you need to be informed and proactive. So what can you do? First, pay attention. If you've recently started or changed a medication and noticed a shift in your sleep, bring it up with your doctor or pharmacist. Ask about the timing of your doses. For example, if a pill causes alertness, taking it in the evening might sabotage your bedtime. Or if a medication increases nighttime urination, taking it earlier in the day might make all the difference. Don't stop anything on your own, but do speak up. Most people don't realize just how adjustable medication schedules can be. A small change in timing can lead to a big improvement in how you sleep and feel. And remember, good sleep isn't just about falling asleep. It's about staying asleep, sleeping deeply, and waking up truly refreshed. Your medications should support that, not work against it. But prescriptions aren't the only factor in your sleep quality. In fact, there's something just as important, and often just as overlooked. Something all around you, every single night. Let's talk about your environment. Your bedroom, your habits, your nighttime space. Because the place you sleep matters more than you might think. 4. Light exposure and bedroom environment. Let me ask you something. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you do? Do you step into the sunlight? Or do you stay in the dark a little longer, maybe with the curtains drawn and the lights dimmed? It might not seem like a big deal, but to your body's internal clock, that moment matters more than you think. Let me tell you about Gloria. She's 76, lives alone, and for years struggled with falling asleep at night. She'd toss and turn until after midnight, then feel groggy and irritable the next morning. She thought it was just part of getting older. But then one simple change turned everything around. At her doctor's suggestion, Gloria started opening her bedroom blinds first thing in the morning, before coffee, before breakfast. She'd let that natural morning sunlight flood in. That's it. Nothing fancy. But within a couple of weeks, she was falling asleep earlier and waking up more refreshed. All because of light. Here's what's happening behind the scenes. Your body's sleep-wake cycle, called your circadian rhythm, depends heavily on light signals. Bright, natural light in the morning helps reset your internal clock, telling your brain, it's daytime. Be alert. Then later, when it gets dark, your body starts releasing melatonin, the hormone that helps you feel sleepy. But here's the catch. If you don't get that daylight signal early on, or if your eyes are soaking in bright artificial light too late at night, your rhythm gets confused. A lot of people think blue light is only a problem for teenagers glued to their phones, but it affects seniors just as much. The glow from a TV, tablet, or even a bright bathroom light can trick your brain into thinking it's still daytime, even when it's 10 p.m. And that delay in melatonin can mean a restless night ahead. The solution. It's simple, but powerful. During the day, especially in the morning, get as much natural light as you can. Sit by a sunny window. Step outside for a few minutes. Let your body know it's time to be awake. Then at night, do the opposite. Dim your lights about an hour before bed. Switch to warm, soft bulbs. Avoid screens, phones, tablets, and even bright TVs. If you need to read or relax, use gentle lighting that won't throw off your body's signals. Create an evening space that whispers rest, not one that shouts, wake up. Your bedroom should feel like a calm retreat. Cool, quiet, and dark. If light from outside sneaks in, consider blackout curtains. If noise is a problem, try a white noise machine or a fan. These small touches might seem minor, but together, they build an environment your body can trust. One where it feels safe, relaxed, and ready to rest. And now that we've looked at your internal clock, your deep sleep, your medications, and your environment, it's time to bring all of that together. Because doctors do have a specific bedtime recommendation for people over 70, And when you hear the reasoning behind it, you might be surprised at just how much sense it makes. Now let's get to the doctor-recommended bedtime range. Let me ask you this. When you hear someone say, "I go to bed by 8:30, what's your first reaction? Be honest. Maybe you think, that's way too early. Or, I'm not a kid anymore, I can stay up late. But here's the thing. Going to bed earlier isn't a sign of weakness. It's not about acting old. It's actually one of the smartest, most biologically accurate decisions you can make for your health after 70. Let me share the insight of someone who knows this firsthand. Dr. Elaine Chen, a respected geriatric specialist with over 20 years of experience, says one of the most common conversations she has with her older patients is about bedtime. And her advice? She recommends aiming for sleep somewhere between 8:30 and 10 p.m. for most people over 70. Now, why this specific window? Because it works with your body's natural rhythm, not against it. After 70, your circadian rhythm shifts earlier. Your body starts winding down for the night hours before midnight. That's not just a feeling, it's biology. Your melatonin, the hormone that cues sleep, begins rising earlier in the evening. So if you stay up past 10:30 or 11, you're actually pushing through your body's natural signal. And that can make falling asleep harder and your sleep lighter, more fragmented. This is one of the most misunderstood facts about aging and sleep. People think going to bed early is something you grow out of. But in reality, it's something you grow back into. Dr. Chan explains that honoring that early window allows for deeper, more restorative sleep. It boosts memory. It helps with emotional stability. And it reduces the risk of nighttime falls, confusion, and even heart strain. It's not about discipline. It's about giving your aging brain and body the right conditions to recover and thrive. Now, maybe you're thinking, all right, I'll try going to bed at 9. But how do I actually fall asleep that early? I'm used to being up. That's where your wind-down routine becomes essential. Start about an hour before your target bedtime. Dim the lights. Turn off screens. Sip a warm, non-caffeinated tea like chamomile or lemon balm. Listen to soft music, maybe classical or nature sounds. Light reading, not intense dramas or mysteries, just something calm. You can even try light stretching or deep breathing. And here's a trick that helps a lot of people. Set a wind-down alarm. Not a go-to-bed alarm, but a prepare-for-bed alarm. Maybe at 7:45 or 8 p.m., depending on your goal. That gentle nudge reminds you to stop the stimulating stuff and start signaling to your brain, it's time to shift gears. And listen, this isn't about being rigid. You're not on a school schedule. But creating consistency tells your brain and body what to expect. And with age, predictability helps you sleep better. Now, is this bedtime range of 8:30 to 10 o'clock right for every single person over 70? Not necessarily. And that's where it gets interesting. Because while biology gives us general patterns, your lifestyle, medications, health conditions, and even habits from earlier in life all play a role in shaping your personal sleep needs. Some people naturally lean toward a 9 p.m. bedtime. Others might feel best at 9:45. And some may need a little trial and error to find that perfect window. But what matters most is listening to your body's signals. Sleepiness, alertness, energy, and working with them, not against them. Because sleep after 70 isn't just about getting rest. It's about supporting your independence, protecting your memory, guarding your mood and your heart. It's one of the most powerful things you can do for your long-term well-being. And often, it starts with something as simple as moving your bedtime just an hour earlier. So whether you're caring for someone you love, or you're just looking out for yourself as you age with wisdom, remember this. When it comes to sleep, earlier isn't weaker. It's wiser. Have you ever stood by someone you love, maybe a parent, a grandparent, or even your spouse, and watched them struggle to sleep? You see the tossing, the sighing, the frustration in their eyes. You hear them say, I just don't sleep like I used to. And there's this quiet ache in your heart, because you want to help, but you're not sure how. And maybe, just maybe, it's you. Maybe you're the one lying awake at night, wondering when your sleep became so light, so broken, so far from what it used to be. That can feel lonely, even scary. But here's the truth. You're not powerless. Not even close. Sleep isn't something we just lose as we age. It's not a one-way road with no return. In fact, it's something we can gently protect. Something we can nurture with simple choices. With care. With intention. With knowledge, like the kind we've shared today. The earlier bedtime? That's not a restriction. It's a doorway back to deeper rest. The wind-down routine? That's not a chore, it's an invitation to peace. And light, the sun in the morning, the soft glow at night, it's not just about brightness. It's the rhythm of life that keeps your mind and body in sync. So tonight, if you're watching someone you love shuffle through the evening, a little too alert, a little too restless, help them dim the lights an hour earlier. Pour them a warm drink. Sit beside them with a soft book or some gentle music. Let the evening feel like rest, not just routine. And tomorrow morning, open the blinds. Let the daylight in. Encourage a slow walk in the sun. These moments seem small, but they aren't. They are the building blocks of better sleep and better days. Because here's what sleep really gives us. It's not just the energy to get through another day. It's the clarity to remember the names of our grandchildren. The steadiness to rise from a chair without fear. The calm to laugh, to enjoy, to live with dignity. A better bedtime isn't about acting old, it's about living well. Waking up clear-headed. Feeling strong enough to engage with life. Being present, not just awake, but alive. So no matter your age, or the age of the person you're caring for, know this, it's not too late. There's always room for change. There's always time to rest better. And you don't have to do it alone. That's what this channel is here for, to walk beside you with real insight, gentle support, and the kind of wisdom that's rooted in care. Alright, let's take a moment to recap everything we've discussed today, just to make sure it all sinks in. First, aging naturally shifts your body's internal sleep clock. As we get older, that rhythm moves earlier, making us feel sleepy at times when we might still be up, watching TV or finishing a meal. This change is normal, but it's important to honor it if we want to rest well. Next, deep sleep, the kind that's truly restorative, becomes lighter with age. This means we're more prone to waking up in the night, and we need to take steps to protect our sleep environment and habits. Medications also play a bigger role than we often realize. They can interfere with how and when you fall asleep, so it's vital to talk to your doctor about how any new prescriptions might be affecting your rest. Light, whether it's natural sunlight in the morning or the harsh blue light from screens at night, also has a significant impact on our sleep patterns. It's not just about when you go to bed, but how you let light influence your body's signals throughout the day. And finally, doctors recommend an earlier bedtime for those over 70. Aiming for sleep between 8:30 and 10 p.m. aligns with our circadian rhythm and helps set the stage for deeper, more restorative sleep. So, now it's your turn. What time do you or your loved ones usually go to bed? Do you think it helps or hurts your sleep? Let's chat in the comments. I'd love to hear about your experiences and any changes you've made to your bedtime routine. If you found this video helpful and want more simple, down-to-earth advice on elderly care and health, don't forget to join our growing family here at Healthy Senior Advice by subscribing. We break down elder care topics with compassion and clarity. No confusing medical jargon, just real talk that can make a difference. Thank you for spending your time with us today. Your well-being matters, and so does the well-being of the ones you love. Stay informed. Stay compassionate. And we'll see you in the next video. Take care and sleep well.